Power on. Bluetooth.
Well, duh.
Does Darksouls have an easy mode? Well, yes. T's and C's apply. Most people struggle with, the From Software video games like Dark Souls, Elden Ring, and I found a sort of easy mode to these games. Now, these games have a reputation of being extremely difficult and leading many people to either quit or ask for some type of easy mode or some kind of difficulty modifier. Fans of these games are vehemently against adding any difficulty modifiers to Dark Souls because they argue that the core fundamental pillars of these games is the challenge. And if you think about it, they're right. Because these games are so difficult, it forces people to come together and look for solutions and ways to tame the game and overcome challenges. And the developers have, to their credit, added methods for players to work together in co-op to overcome difficult challenges and bosses. And the way From Software did it is they made difficulty a story pillar because you are a lone wanderer in a hostile world. Obviously, the games would be difficult if you think about it, and if they had an easy mode, that would take away from part of the storytelling. And this would undermine the way From Software wants to tell their stories. And I believe that if you try and make a game or a movie or tell a story that fits everyone, that satisfies everyone, you end up making a game for no one. And I believe that From Software are the masters of difficulty because I found a sort of pseudo difficulty mode in Dark Souls that no one has ever spoken about. What is this difficulty modifier, you may ask? It's simple. It's the 2 stats challenge. In my first attempt, I leveled up 2 stats, health and resistance. See, I do the dum-dums so you don't have to. So for all of you younglings out there who are starting this and you want to try the 2 stats challenge, here's how you do it. You choose the character class Thief. The reason you're choosing Thief is Thief has the highest dexterity of all of them. And notice I'm also choosing the Master Key. That will get me to a lot of places and it will give me a lot of items and will allow me to bypass a lot of areas. So for most beginners, the strength build is the best build. I recommend you wait for the enemy to strike first and then you counter strike. So hide behind the shield, let them hit you, and then you counter strike. That will get you through most encounters, except for the bosses. Boss fight. Let's abuse this boss. So what you need to do is get to the top like this, and then what you do is plunge down on him. That will take away half of his health and make the fight a little bit easier. As you can see here, I'm only going for 2 stats. I'm leveling up health and strength. But if you want to go for a different build, you can go health and dexterity or health and intelligence, depending on what you want to build. You will get through most boss fights and enemy encounters just by leveling up strength and health. Health is important. The longer you last in a fight, the more you can study the enemy's attack patterns. Strength is to knock them down. Your goal here is to get your health up to 25 and your strength up to 25. And you're good. If you're an advanced player, your goal is to finish the game with only 2 stats leveled up. But if you're a beginner, now you can put your focus on other stats like intelligence or dexterity for advanced weapons. Okay, so here's some pro tips. This is how you backstab. When you go around an enemy, and remember the key to a backstab is you have to lower your shield, stop blocking, and then when you stand right up against them and you hit the attack button, it will trigger a backstab. Backstabs will carry you through the game. So use the starting area as a method of grinding and learning how to backstab because you will need this skill. The parry system in this game is tricky. You have to remember something, that you have to get close to your enemy, close enough that if they swung out and hit you without holding a weapon, they would touch you because you're not parrying the weapon, you're parrying your enemy's hand. So you have to stand up against them, in their face, get in their face, get close in their face, holding up your shield, and as soon as you see a downward swing, hit the shift key. Yes, I play on keyboard and mouse. Hail the PC Master Race. After you've killed the boss, you'll get to the Firelink Shrine. The first thing you do, run up the stairs on the right-hand side, far right. You'll find 5 fire bombs. Grab those. Go and talk to Petrus. Now, Petrus will shoo you away. Talk to him over and over again until he asks you to enter a covenant. Go ahead and enter a covenant. Always summon Soler for every boss fight. He'll just makes boss fights easier. Allow him to tank. He's very good at tanking and taking aggro. So and then you just sneak around the boss and basically hit them from behind. The next pro tip is get 100 fire bombs and 100 poison arrows. At this boss fight here, you need to stand against this wall directly into the corner and then use a bow and arrow to aim. You're aiming for this part of the buttresses, or the matriculation, sorry. And then throw 6 fire bombs and then rinse and repeat. And this is how you cheese this boss, so you don't have to, because this boss fight will kill you and it will make it difficult. So FromSoft have given you a mechanic here to defeat the boss without even stepping into the arena. The poison arrows you'll need at Anolondo to kill these archers here. Use it here. This is where it's important. And remember, whenever you can summon to a boss fight, do it. It makes it easy. That's pro tips for all you beginners. My 2 stats challenge ended when I had to fight Onstin and Smo. This was a really difficult boss fight, and it forced me to end this challenge and level up other stats. Because I didn't have enough stamina. Smo and Austin hit really hard. Well, that's about it.
FM Tinder. Power off.